Reds showing its signs here, because that was a nice play by Maya Contreras, the junior. She went up twice, came off the floor quickly, got a point. They lead now 10-7. Little aggressive hit right there by number 5. Emily Sorensen for the Trojans. Just a little long. You like the aggressiveness there, but just a tad long. Out of play, back to Hilt, so she'll serve again. Deep to the back row, and really caught Abby Stamp right there. The senior in the back row wasn't quite sure to let it go. Had kind of a knuckleball action, and it knuckled right off her hands for an ace. And 12-7 now, the lead was tied. 5 in a row here for the Reds. And Hilt, one of the mistakes she's made, she short served that, so kind of mishit that, didn't get to the net. Points, Trojans, they get the serve back. Much needed point there is a little separation gained by the Reds. 12-8 now as the Trojans trail with the serve. Huggy with a dig in the back. Nice job by Contreras to keep it alive for the Reds. Johnson ran, and I think it hit the stick, which it did, so be out of bounds. Morgan Lockman, I think, Ella Myler for the Reds hit it off the stick, so point Trojans. 12-9 now, they trail by 3 with the serve. On the back row. Good set, Contreras on the big hit up, goes up in the reach rafters, goes over the beam, still alive to play. Outside smash and finish by number 10, Ella Myler. And she knew what to do. A great set right there, and the Reds showing why they've racked up a 26-3 record. Some impressive wins, and they'd love nothing more than see if they can win here in set 1. They lead 13-9. A nice set right there by Miranda Ring to her teammate Emily Sorensen on the outside right here. Sorensen puts it down the back row, no red there. So points. Trojans, they trail 13-10. They have the serve. On the line now is Miranda Ring, the senior. Ring jump serve, lines one over to the back row. Set up nicely, and bam. Tell you what, you want to see somebody hit like Ella Myler for the Missouri Valley Reds, because she elevates rock. Got great timing, set up by a nice set by Henry Arbaugh, her teammate, and yeah, Ella Myler knows what to do when she gets the ball right there. Nice point, 14-10 they lead here with the serve. Contreras on the serve, line to the back row. Flipped over, nice dig by Contreras as she came up, and Myler again puts it away, but nice dig in the back row by Ring. Back to number 10 again, Ella Myler. Call her name a lot for good reason. She seems to be in the right place at the right time. The junior gets another point for her team, and this athletic front line for the Reds showing its merit here. Set 1, they lead 15-10. Carries a deep serve as well. Set up nicely going outside here, and a little bit long. A little bit too much power right there by Meredith Masson. And lead goes to 16-10, and Coach Amy Wingert says, you know what, it's good time for a timeout. So we have 16-10, Missouri Valley, let's take a break.
Seeing is believing. That's what you'll hear from customers that choose Barrett Auto Center of Glenwood time and time again. Barrett customers come in for vehicles and service work, but they come back for conversation and honest advice. They want one of the largest pre-owned and fully serviced inventories in KMA land, and they return when they've gone elsewhere, and it just isn't the same. See and believe for yourself how little differences add up to a better car buying experience. Come back to Barrett's and Barrett'sAutoCenter.com. Bedford Drug offers more than just your prescriptions. They are now providing immunizations, including flu, pneumonia, and shingles vaccinations. Plus, they offer prescription synchronization for your convenience. Stop in and visit with pharmacist Mike Schweitzer for more information. See their expanded gift selection, too. Convenience, competitive prices, and people willing to help. Just a few reasons that Bedford Drug is the pharmacy with more for you. Get professional and experienced advice on the spot. Bedford Drug on Main Street in Bedford.
Back in the gym here, and looks like a tip serve. Missouri Valley was serving, and they tip at the net, so deflection goes long, but it was deflected by the Reds, so that will be a point for the Trojans, a much-needed point, I have to say. It was 16-10, and 17-10 feels a whole lot different than 16-11. 16-11, you feel like you got a shot here. What you do with the serve now. They got to cut in this lead, trailing by 5. Here's Emily Sorensen on the serve. Jump serve to the back line. Kicked up and just a tap over by Ella Myler for the Reds. Power hit, dig by Hugley in the back. Going outside, bang. Yep, you know who, number 10, Ella Myler. They set her nicely to her. She's on that right outside. She knows what to do with it. And then she goes back to the serve line. So 17-11 here, the point. And the serve. Missouri Valley looking to see if they can take set 1 here. And kind of a free ball kicked over. The Trojans unable to do anything with it. Tip at the net and a little dink by number 3, Emma Goot. We'll call their name alive, but she's been a valuable asset, setting the ball up. Nice reaction right there. Realized that she couldn't do anything hard with it. Kept herself from hitting the net. Tipped it over the net. Point. 18-11 now, Reds and with the serve. Long power hit. A little bit too much by Ella Myler. She's used to hitting the ball on the kills and a little bit too much. So 18-12 now. Tri-Center trailing by 6. They have the serve. Low serve and an ace right there. Nice serve by number 7, Presley Arbaugh. She had a lot of knuckle on that. Really kind of caught the middle of the Reds defense in the back line unaware and caromed in the crowd. So big point, 18-15 now. Serve to the back row. Ugly Diggs set up. And kind of a tip slam, and it's going to go off a deflection, but number 13, Henley Arbaugh for the Missouri Valley team gets a kind of a missed hit, but it works perfectly. It goes off the Trojans and caroms to the back wall. Point's a point, however you get it, and that's a big one. 19-13, Missouri Valley with the lead and the serve. Substitution now. It looks like number 6, Hope McPhillips for the Trojans. Phillips digs it. Slam, and that's going to go in. Veteran line judge in the back, Mr. Tom Hardigan. We've done a lot of basketball, baseball, volleyball. He's doing the line judge tonight, so we'll take his word for it. That was in point. Trojan, 19-14. Hugley with the dig in the back for the Reds. Kicked up front. And a little long right there by, it's like Chloe Larson from Missouri Valley. A little bit too long and powerful. So a couple quick 3 points here for Trojans. They've cut into this lead now. Trail by 4, 19-15 here. Set number 1 again. First game here for the Western Iowa Conference semifinals. Game 2 to come up a little bit later. Good block, but out of bounds. Nice position by Miranda Ring and Emily Sorensen were right there to block, but the block caromed out of bounds. So point will go back to the Missouri Valley. 20-15 now, looking for 5 more to close out set 1. They lead 20-15. Load up and a hit and a deflection, little straight points right there. That time the same thing, Mackenzie Brewer loads up and deflects it off there. She gets the kill. Side out, 20-16. Marissa Ring, the senior, with the serve now. Looking to see if she can get on a little bit of run and close this gap. They trail by 4. Ring to the back line. Setting up outside. Contreras tipped it over. Joust at the net. And this time the joust is won by the duo for the Reds of Maya Contreras and Chloe Larson. So they did their job on the line. 21-16, Missouri Valley with the lead and the serve. 4 points away from taking set 1. Here's the serve by Hiltz. Set up in the back row spike for the libero. Ugly digs for the Reds. Free ball over. Ferris brings it over. There's a hit and a block again, and that duo again. Chloe Larson and Ella Myler this time. Good timing by the frontline girls, and they get it 22-16. Coach Schwingert calls her second and final timeout here in set 1. Again, 22-16, Missouri Valley leaves here in set 1. This is KMA Land, the broadcast.
For over 25 years, Chat Mobility has provided you the latest technology, competitive prices, and a nationwide high-speed network. Though important, we're a whole lot more. We serve your hometown communities, sponsor your local chambers and events. It's our goal to work hard while giving back to those who graciously support us. At Chat Mobility, our interests are much deeper than providing great service. We're just committed to serving you. To learn more, see us at chatmobility.com today.
Find your place at Northwest Missouri State University. From day one, experience a university like no other. In the classroom, you'll find career-ready academic programs and hands-on learning, not to mention championship sports teams and clubs. Find your passion and your people. Plus, textbooks and a fully loaded laptop are included in your tuition, with $19 million in scholarships and aid available. They also have a 97% placement rate. Visit nwmissouri.edu to apply today. Northwest Missouri State University, where Bearcats connect.
Served to the back line right there by Hiltz. Free one out, and that one's just out. Chloe Larson loaded up for Missouri Valley and just hit it just a touch out. So unable to get a little closer to their first set win. 22-17 now. Tri-Center trailing by 5. They have the serve. They need to go on a little bit of run right here. The free ball over. Here's a chance. Up into the rafters. They can play it since it's on their side. Hit over. Oh, a nice dig, but the stand official said it hit the floor. They'll give that kill to Emily Sorensen. So 2 points in a row for the Trojans. Much-needed points. They trail by 4, 22-18. Tatum Carlson, the senior, on the serve for the Trojans. Here it comes. Long knuckleball to the line. Higley does it out nice. And it looked like kind of a miscommunication there. Joust at the nets. Still up in the air. Ball outside. Block and point Reds. As Marissa Ring went up, she kind of got it tipped off. She really couldn't adjust her body good enough to get it back, and ball falls harmlessly to the ground after contact to her. 23-18 now. Missouri Valley with the serve and 2 points away from taking set one. Here's Addie Higley, the barrel, and hits in the net. That's the one thing that coaches tell you, just get it over the net. We give ourselves a chance, and she doesn't. 23-19, and there's still a little bit of hope alive here for Tri-Center here in set one. They trail by 4, but they have the serve. Behind the line is Miranda Ring. Jump serve coming. Ring and goes a tad long, so they trade kind of miscue points, but trouble is for Tri-Center, that puts Missouri Valley at 24, and now they're 1 point away. They gladly trade points now, lead 24-19. Here's to see if they can close out set one. Contreras on the serve, up to the line. Outside, and a nice placement by number 9, Meredith Masson, as she closes it out. So still alive, a heartbeat still going for the Tri-Center team here in set one. They trail 24-20, but they're going to need to roll off at least 4 points here to keep this one alive. Here's the serve by Emily Sorensen for the Trojans. Higley digs in the back. Outside set, tip over by Myler. Kept alive, tip. And a nice dig off the deflection. Contreras sends it over on a free ball. Outside, Masson up in the air. Contreras in the back set. And out. So Contreras tried to go back set to her teammate Ella Myler on the outside. It worked good, but just a tad long. And, hey, Tri-Center still alive, 24-21. But, again, they need at least 3 more to extend this. Deep serve by Emily Sorensen. Contreras on the send over. Outside set. And in it goes. Meredith Masson finds a spot, and now Coach Tiffany York says, we're going to need a timeout. 24-22. 3 straight points for the Trojans. They close here on 99.1 FM here on KMAland.com.
If you're looking for unlimited super fast internet you can always rely on, look no further than FMTC's fiber internet. With so much relying on your internet these days, you need a connection you can trust. You can work from home, video chat, stream your favorite TV shows, and more without worrying about the stability of your internet. You could have what everyone else wishes they had.
Your connection to the world, FMTC.
This is Kane with Gowing Plumbing. Gowing Plumbing is the name to remember for 24-hour service. That includes after hours and weekends, because that is when problems usually occur. We're located in Shenandoah, but we also serve the surrounding communities. That's the way it's been done for more than 70 years. And we work on boiler heat. So call fully licensed Gowing Plumbing any time of day or night. 246-1803 or after hours at 712-310-9248.
Well, just as we come on the air, the hit by Meredith Masson a little bit too long for the Trojans. It goes out of bounds, and that's the 25 points the Reds needed as they take set number 1 here, 25-22. Good match. Tri-Center battled back with 3 points. Got it close, and you just need a little bit more match. You didn't have it. But, hey, this is set to 5, so you got to win 3. But Missouri Valley does their job and takes set 1 again, 25-22 here. So this is the first of 2 matches tonight. Of course, this is the Western Iowa Conference semifinals here in Trainer tonight. Missouri Valley and Tri-Center and set in match 1. Coming up later, Underwood and Trainer in match number 2. So we got a good night of volleyball tonight. And Carson Schubert, I think, is ready to join us here. We'll come back after the break.
Coaching great John Wooden once said, "It's the little details that are vital. Little things make."
The ARC Group, we take a disciplined approach to marketing. We understand that education and experience must be at the forefront of your decision-making process, and we also understand that all farms manage risk differently. This is Tim McGann with the ARC Group. I would like to meet with you, learn about your operation, understand your short and long-term goals, and then together we form a plan to maximize profitability on your farm. Call me at 712-370-3497 or visit us at agrisconsulting.net.
And receive a no-hassle quote since is believing. That's what you'll hear from customers that choose Barrett Auto Center of Glenwood time and time again. Barrett customers come in for vehicles and service work, but they come back for conversation and honest advice. They want one of the largest pre-owned and fully serviced inventories in KMA land, and they return when they've gone elsewhere and it just isn't the same. See and believe for yourself how little differences add up to a better car buying experience. Come back to Barrett's and Barrett'sAutoCenter.com.
Victory for Missouri Valley. Carson Schubert alongside Brian Bertini. Brian, I'm back. Here I am.
You are back. Yeah, you kind of put me on the spot there. Carson says, "Hey, Brian, you need to take over here while I get some technical things taken care of and worked out." But you know what? That's what we do. We're a team tonight. We do what we can. We help each other out, and I muddled my way through a little bit of that first set, but it was a good one to watch. And we got 4 quality teams here tonight, Carson. This is exciting. And now let's see the answer. Tri-Center's got to come back here, and they trail down 1 set here. See how they respond here.
And here is the first serve of set number 2, and a couple of people collide into each other. Here's a setup on the other side, and that's going to be a kill for number 7, Presley Arbaugh.
Yeah, a little deflection. They ran a little bit of motion. They brought her in the back, almost like a slide right there. Carson brought her to the backside, got the point, so they're off to a good start. They lead 1-0 here in set number 2.
And here's a serve once again. Set up, back set, and that's going to be a kill, and we're tied at 1.
Now, I called Ella Myler's name a lot in that first set, and you can see why, Carson. This girl's explosive off the floor, and she does a great job of timing, and a good set right there by her teammate, Henley Arbaugh.
And now back to serve is Maya Contreras as the serve. Now here's Tri-Center with the kill, and that is number 18, Marissa Ring, the senior.
Ring did a nice job. Good set to her on the outside, and Ring went cross court, deep side over by the Missouri Valley Red bench. And not a good rotation right there. And open spot kill, as you mentioned. Tri-Center now leads 2-1.
Third on the team with 135 kills coming in. Here's his setup and a ball that maybe would have went out of play had they let it go, but they get it and get it back over the net. And that is returned. Wow, what a nice diving dig to return it. And a kill for the Lady Reds, number 10, Ella Myler.
Yeah, she's a big reason why. A little deflection there, and the ball, of course, gets that awkward spin. Carson falls to the floor. We're tied at 2 here in set 2.
And Myler will serve. And that one is out of play, and the point to Tri-Center.
Danced with the line a little bit right there. I thought I might have knuckled on that. Yeah, that would have been one maybe later in the match. You might throw a red flag for replay, but hey, it's not. It's point Tri-Center. They need this when they trail again. Lost the first one 25-22. They need to respond here. There's a ball off the tape.
And a setup and a return by the Lady Reds. Here's a setup and a kill off the deflection for Marissa Ring.
Yeah, I think that deflected off Emma Good at the line there. She just got it tipped up and went back. And Abby Hugley, her teammate, Addie Hugley thought it was going to go out. It did, but it was tipped. So point 4-2 now, Tri-Center here.
And the serve. And the return. And that is going to be out of play. So Tri-Center now leads by 3. And a timeout on the floor. And we'll take it with them here on KMA FM 99.1 and on KMAland.com.
Iowa Western Community College has important news for you. If you're a high school senior trying to figure out what you
Bedford Drug offers more than just your prescriptions. They are now providing immunizations, including flu, pneumonia, and shingles vaccinations. Plus, they offer prescription synchronization for your convenience. Stop in and visit with pharmacist Mike Schweitzer for more information. See their expanded gift selection, too. Convenience, competitive prices, and people willing to help. Just a few reasons that Bedford Drug is the pharmacy with more for you. Get professional and experienced advice on the spot. Bedford Drug on Main Street in Bedford.
As a 5-2 lead for Tri-Center here in set number 2. They fell in set number 1, 25-22. Missouri Valley wanted to talk it over.
Yeah, it looked a little undisciplined. I think Coach Tiffany York was not happy with the discipline, the rotations, and just hustled the ball. And she said, we're talking this over right now.
Set up, and that is going to be a kill. And that is a kill for number 14, Ava Hiltz.
Yeah, you just a little bit of refocus needed. You one set one. You have that little relaxed. Carson sometimes is just kind of natural, but as a coach, you don't want to ever see that. And Tiffany York got her message across. 5-3 now. Missouri Valley with the serve.
Set up, and that is not going to be brought over the net.
Yeah, Emily Sorensen had the right idea. I think Carson, she just kind of mishit it and didn't get to the net, as you mentioned, into the net. So two quick points by the Reds.
Tri-Center trying to regain some of that three-point lead they had a moment ago, and it's blocked back. But in the net, that it appears is the call.
Yeah, it was an awkward ball. I think one of the Tri-Center girls just kind of got a little too close to the net, as you mentioned, and now we're tied 5-5 here in set 2.
And the serve to from Emma Guti, and there is a block by Missouri Valley.
That's the big girl on the line there, Chloe Larson. She had some huge blocks in set 1, Carson. Really kind of gave some of that separation they were looking for late in that set, and she comes up big right there. They got their first lead of the night and the set 2.
Ava Hiltz also was there, and that attack attempt goes into the net, and it's 7-5 in favor of Missouri Valley.
So 3 quick mistakes by the Trojans that kind of flipped the script here, and now Missouri Valley with a 2-point lead.
Exactly. So Missouri Valley now serves it out of play, an errant serve, and it's 7-6.
Some of the mistakes the Reds are making are keeping the Tri-Center team in this, but they'd love to. Coach Amy Winger and her squad would love to get some separation and make Missouri Valley play uphill a little bit.
And a back set, just free balling it over the net, but it ends up working out for Missouri Valley.
That's number 13, Henley Arbaugh. Boy, you see the court vision on that, Carson. She knew where to go. She hit that little hard tap, two-hand back row, and Tatum Carlson able to kind of get it clean. 8-6 now, Missouri Valley.
And the 5'7" sophomore now serves, and that one goes out of play. So back and forth we go with the points here as it's 8-7.
Well, you don't mind trading points if you have a big lead, but 1-point leads you would prefer to get on a little bit of a run.
And here is the serve from Tatum Carlson. Set up. And Missouri Valley able to return it. Set up on the far side or near side here, and that's a kill. Once again, that is Emily Sorensen.
Number 18, actually.
Oh, excuse me, Marissa Ring.
Yep.
So Marissa Ring again.
Yep, she did. She's on this outside here. Had a great spot on that. Good power, deflected off of Ava Hiltz. Point Trojans tied at 8 now, Carson.
These two teams go back and forth as it's back on the Missouri Valley side, and there is a kill for Missouri Valley as they take the lead back.
Well, Ava Hiltz had the one that went off her. She gets the kill this time, the same kind of that Marissa Ring did off of the deflection. And now back on the serve line is Ava Hiltz with a 1-point lead, and she had some nice serves in set one. About 5 in a row. Carson really kind of gave some separation.
After the serve, here's a setup, and that is blocked back. Carlson then tips it back over, and it's tipped back from Missouri Valley. A little bit of tipping back and forth here. Volleyball tipping, not cow tipping, in case you're wondering.
Ava Hilt's ball hit the rafters, the beams. This is not a particularly high ceiling gym here in Trainer, Carson, so the ball does get up in there, and if it's long as it stays on your side, you can play it. That time it just kind of took a quick bounce down, and they couldn't play it back. Point Trojans.
So after the serve, here is an attack attempt and a kill, and nicely placed once again by Ella Myler. You talked about her vision, and she showed it there again.
She did the body control, Carson, that you need to kind of hold your body back with all that, momentum taking you to the net, and she just definitely drops it over. Gets that point. 10-9 now, Reds on the serve.
And here is the response, and Carlson is going to get a kill there, Sorensen with the kill that time for Tri-Center to even it up at 10.
Yeah, she got one of the Missouri Valley girls. I think that was number, looks like 2. She's not, Brooklyn Lang got her hand, but it hit part of the floor as well. So we're tied at 10 here.
Tri-Center, the only school of the 4 that will not be in the Class 2A Region 2 playoff, as there is a point once again for Missouri Valley.
And I think that fares well for them. Their competition playing up against these top quality teams really benefits you when you get to the tournaments. And it's kind of a nice sigh of relief to say, hey, we're not going to play some of the powerhouse teams in their conference when it comes time to tournament and make the run to Cedar Rapids.
And it's 12-10. It's Missouri Valley.
Well, and this is that danger point right now that Coach Amy Wingert and the Tri-Center team got to watch. They don't want Missouri Valley to make that run, get too much separation, and have to play uphill.
Set up, back set, just tipped over the net. And that is a good swing, but it's returned by Tri-Center, and the point to Tri-Center.
Marissa Ring, right spot, right time again, Carson. Addie Hegley on the back line got a part of the ball, but it hit part of the floor at the same time, and huge side out right there as they stay within striking distance here now, trailing 12-11, and the serve.
Gotta love this kind of volleyball. Close.
It's like a fighters trading punches, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
as there is a point.
Presley Harbaugh just, she was going to come out on the libero sub anyway, but it's just not a good feeling to hit serve the net and just have to walk off, take a seat, and give up a point for your team.
Both of these teams with over 20 wins on the season coming in. Here's a setup, and it is blocked on the way over, but Missouri Valley couldn't send it back, and now Tri-Center with the return. Set up on the far side, and there's a kill for number 14, Ava Hiltz.
See the power on that, Carson? I mean, she just elevates well. When she hits it with some authority, and if you don't get a clean return, it usually caroms off in the crowd, which it did right there. 14-11 now, Mo Valley with the lead and the serve.
She is just shy of 200 kills on the season. Here is the return, but it is out of play by Tri-Center as Missouri Valley will take the 15-11 lead. Timeout on the floor by Tri-Center. Both teams have used a timeout here in set number 2.
When buying insurance, finding protection closer to home is always a great choice.
For over 25 years, Chat Mobility has provided you the latest technology, competitive prices, and a nationwide high-speed network. Though important, we're a whole lot more. We serve your hometown communities, Sponsor your local chambers and events. It's our goal to work hard while giving back to those who graciously support us. At Chat Mobility, our interests are much deeper than providing great service. We're just committed to serving you. To learn more, see us at chatmobility.com today.
15-11 is the score as Missouri Valley leads. They already have a 1-0 advantage and are looking to take that as they took set number 1, 25-22.
Wow, and that would be huge to come up 2-0. That really makes that mountain hill climb for Trojans.
Here's the serve. Set up in the middle, and that was a good swing, but well defended on the dig.
Higley with a nice step back row dig. Another one by Higley.
The back set here just tipped over the net. Tri-Center trying to come back here a little bit, and they're going to get a point as I'm not sure exactly what the call there was.
I was in the net. I think that might have been Emma Gut in the net right there. She went in the net with a hand right there, so a side out point to the Trojans. Much needed point, too, Carson.
They're down back within 3. That one was tipped on the way over. Missouri Valley going to send it back. Sent over by number 4, Miranda Ring, and then a point for Missouri Valley
number
on the return.
14, Ava Hiltz. I think we're calling her name quite a bit, haven't we?
We have.
I know I did in set 1, and of course you and I both in set 2, and that's a big point for them. They now 16-12 lead with the serve, and they close in on trying to get set number 2.
And here is the attack attempt, and it's on the other side. I thought that
Chloe Larson just pounded it down. Yeah, it was off the block. Mackenzie Brewer was there, but Chloe Larson's power knocked it down. 17-12 now. Missouri Valley with the lead.
Set up in the middle there. Response from Missouri Valley. Tri-Center just sends it over in the middle, too far on the attack attempt that time by Chloe Larson, the junior.
She only has one way to hit, and that's hard. It just happened to go long, and she didn't get enough top angle, down angle on it. But, yeah, Chloe Larson, you're standing across from her, and the ball's coming. It's not coming in a nice, soft way.
Set up, and she was in the net. And
number 5, violation under the net right there. That was Maya Contreras. And kind of just lost her balance on that, Trevor. That was a good serve, though, by number 18, Marissa Ring. So, hey, she's keeping her team close here with a couple points, and they close within 3, Carson.
They're back within 3. Here is the serve, and here is Missouri Valley able to send it back on the other side. Set up in the middle. Mill Valley returns it. And the setup for the kill, number 5, other number 5, Emily Sorensen, as she gets the kill.
The block was there for the Reds, but just good power by Sorensen, as you mentioned. So nice little run here by Tri-Center. They've closed within 2.
And the point goes to Missouri Valley this time. They're back up to a 3-point advantage.
Well, that's number 15, the kill on there, Chloe Larson. How did she hit it, Carson?
Hard.
Yes. It went off like pinball off 3 yellow shirts on the Trojan side. And point is, they at 18, they just creep a little bit closer to that 25 mark, don't they?
They sure do, as here is the serve from Henley Arbaugh, it was, as the return here from Missouri Valley. Tri-Center now with a middle attack and the kill. And that's number 8, and that's Nikayla Fichter, other number 8 again, Mackenzie Brewer.
Yep, Brewer right there. You're right on that, Carson. Yep, she gets to see well set up. Really power stroke by her. That's a nice point. 18-16 now. Tri-Center trailing by 2 and the serve.
So Missouri Valley lead once again going back down as here is Tri-Center not quite able to return it. A little miscommunication.
That was great hustle by Marissa Ring because Chloe Larson again hit it hard. But it's got up and she got to it, and they just couldn't get that third return over. Big point. 19-16 now. Missouri Valley with the lead and the serve.
Set up, and it's blocked back
by 15?
By number 15, you're right, on the money once again. As
she
that
even
is
hits it back
Larson.
hard, doesn't she?
She does. I don't think she has any other way of hitting it. That is for sure. As there is the serve, back set, and the kill. And that had a little bit of spice on it as well, as that's a kill for Presley Arbaugh.
I like that. She kind of short served that where she got up and got through the block, unable to get there in time. And she had a little jump on that one, Carson. And again, they're hanging around, but they really need to get up here and get even here. They trail by 3 here, 2017.
And here is the ball going out of bounds, and the point to Tri-Center, and it's a 1-2-point game again.
Yeah, the libero Brooklyn Lang on the back row for the Reds kind of hit that, kind of caromed off into the crowd, and an ace right there. So big points. Now the serve coming up again from Miranda Ring.
Set up from Missouri Valley. It's just poked over the net. And poked right back. Speaking of good awareness that we mentioned earlier.
Number 7.
And that was good awareness that time by Presley Arbaugh.
It was. And she saw the space. That's that court vision you talk about, Carson. Nobody in that hole, and she just dropped it in there nicely. They closed within 1 here, 2019.
Just getting it over the net this time, Missouri Valley. That one hits the net on the way back now. Blocked back. They kept it alive somehow. Not sure how, but they did. And there's a kill for number 5, Emily Sorensen, and we're tied at 20.
Well, good block by the Reds, but just good reaction and recovery by the Trojans, and they've battled on that point. They earned that one. Huge one. We're knotted at 20 here. They're looking to see if they can even this match. They trail 1-0. They've got this right now on a little bit of a run.
And that one goes into the net, and Missouri Valley cannot return it. And a timeout, 21-20. Tri-Center with the advantage as they try to even up this match at 1. You're listening to KMA FM 99.1 and on KMAland.com.
Since 1892, Malvern Bank has been building community from 404 Main Street.
Looking for unlimited super fast internet you can always rely on? Look no further than FMTC's fiber internet. With so much relying on your internet these days, you need a connection you can trust. You can work from home, video chat, stream your favorite TV shows, and more without worrying about the stability of your internet. You could have what everyone else wishes they had.
Your connection to the world, FMTC.
Retailer of crop inputs and expert solutions. The best is your standard. Talk with Nutrien Ag Solutions in West Pearl, Missouri, Coyne, Percival, and Essex, Iowa for fall application and products. Nutrien Ag Solutions, growing your crops and your bottom line.
Welcome back to Trainer, and there is a point for Tri-Center, and they lead by 3, or by 2. They're 3 points away from taking the set.
Meredith Mason with a big block right there. The senior pounded it back, and they've got themselves now on a chase to 25, needing only 3 more, and they have the serve, Carson.
They sure do, and here it is, a good serve into the back row. Missouri Valley returning it. And, could be close. They are able to return it. Really good job by Tri-Center that time to get it back over the net. Long volley going on. Missouri Valley now to try and return it, trailing by 2. Here's a back set. Sent into the back corner. A really good try by Presley Arbaugh. And that is blocked back. And it's 23-20 in favor of Tri-Center.
Meredith Masson again right there, block it hard, and Coach Tiffany Ork for the Reds out of timeout, so they got to play it out here. They trail by 3, and Tri-Center now 2 points away.
Here is the serve. Back set for Chloe. and she hits it into the net. A rare miss by her.
Actually, I think it was a block by
you're right.
Emily Sorensen. So suddenly, look at this. 24-20, Tri-Center now 1 point away from even this matchup tonight, Carson.
Missouri Valley taking set one, 25-22. Missouri Valley fighting for their lives, and they get the points. 24-21.
Number 5, and Maya Contreras. Left no doubt on that one. They needed a point, so they've got to rip off 3 in a row to keep this alive, because any miss that, Tri-Center's going to win.
Sent back. And that one just tipped over. Tri-Center ready for it, and they send it back the other way. Missouri Valley did a great job to keep that alive, and now Tri-Center. And that's going to be a kill for Emily Sorensen, and that will do it as a kill ends it. And that is how set number 2 comes to an end. What a matchup we've got here going, Brian Bertini.
Well, did we expect really anything different? We've got potentially 4 of the best teams in the conference here, and it's 2 teams, neither team really giving ground, and you love how Tri-Center respond. Looked like they might be kind of out and really to go down 2-0, but they found a way, took advantage of some mistakes, had some good runs, good serve, and big play at the net, Carson. That was the difference, and they close it out in a big win. We're tied now going set number 3.
We will be back with set number 3 here on KMA FM 99.1 and online at KMAland.com and on the KMA Sports YouTube channel. You're watching the Western Iowa Conference Volleyball Tournament.
Kane with Gowing Plumbing. Gowing Plumbing is the name to remember for 24-hour service. That includes after hours and weekends, because that is when problems usually occur. We're located in Shenandoah, but we also serve the surrounding communities. That's the way it's been done for more than 70 years. And we work on boiler heat, so call fully licensed Gowing Plumbing any time of day or night. 246-1803 or after hours at 712-310-9248.
Caring for you and about you.
Looking great, John Wooden once said, "It's the little details that are vital. Little things make big things happen." Just as in the world of sports, this quote is vital to the work that we do at Hackett Livingston Funeral Home in Shenandoah. We take care of all the details so that you can focus on what is most important, caring for your family and healing. Hackett Livingston Funeral Home, serving all of Southwest Iowa since 1951.
Welcome back to Trainer here this evening. Carson Schubert alongside Brian Bertini here on KMA FM 99.1 and then also on KMAland.com and on the KMA Sports YouTube channel. We're tied at 1 set apiece.
Yeah, now we go to the pivotal set 3, right, Carson? Because
exactly
you go up 2-1, you kind of control your destiny a little bit. So let's see how Missouri Valley comes out in this one.
So here is the setup. And into the back. Now Tri-Center to try and return it, and into the back corner, and a kill for Tri-Center.
Number 9, I think that's Meredith Masson again, and Masson's come up big. She had some big points late there in set 2 to close out that Tri-Center win, and the difference was they fell behind early on set 1. They took the lead early and kind of battled back, and here they are again leading 1-0.
And trying to return it, but they could not, and it's 2-0 Tri-Center.
All that sharpness that Missouri Valley exhibited in set 1 has kind of gone by the wayside here in this early in set 2 and even earlier in set 3. So Tri-Center's got a little bit of momentum right now, and they're kind of building off it, Carson.
Here is the serve, and that was Emily Sorensen. In the middle, and it's dug out by Missouri Valley. And there's a point for Missouri Valley, and they are back within 1.
Well, not a bad place to go is go to Emma Myler, who was big in set 1 and set 2. Gets a point, 2-1. Now they trail. They have to serve.
Here is the setup, and it's dug out. Missouri Valley returning. In the middle, and a kill. And I believe that was Presley Arbaugh. Is that who you had there?
I think it was number 7 as well. Yeah, Arbaugh with a big swing right there. And again, they're getting the ball through the blocks now, hitting the back row. And the back line of the Reds now having a little difficulty returning some of the power hits by the Trojans. They trail 3-1 to the Reds.
In the setup, Reds trying to get back within a point.
Off the rafters you can play as long as it's on your side.
Flipped over the net, and well done by the center that time, Miranda Ring, the senior.
Again, court awareness. You look and see, you kind of take a peek there quick. Where's everybody setting up? Girls go to the blocking spots, leaves that middle of the floor open, and she just dropped it in nicely. And Tri-Center now with a 4-1 lead, and Missouri Valley on their heels here, Carson.
Yeah, ever since set 1, they have given up some momentum here, and there's a kill.
I think that's number 8. That looks like Mackenzie Brewer on the block, and Coach Tiffany York says, we're going back in the antechamber again to decide, talk this over.
And we will take a quick break as well. We'll be back to Trainer in a moment.
Many businesses talk about service, but at Rogers Pharmacy, it's not just talk, setting them apart from the big box stores. They're a full.
Great John Wooden once said, "It's the little details that are vital. Little things make big things happen." Just as in the world of sports, this quote is vital to the work that we do at Hackett Livingston Funeral Home in Shenandoah. We take care of all the details so that you can focus on what is most important, caring for your family and healing. Hackett Livingston Funeral Home, serving all of Southwest Iowa since 1951.
5-1 advantage in set number 2 for Tri-Center. Carson Schubert alongside Brian Bertini. And Brian, we've had some exciting volleyball here tonight as we're tied at 1 set apiece.
Yes, we have. And Tri-Center got a lot of mojo on their side right now, building off set 2 and rolled it in here. So that's a great place to go. Let's go to number 14. Ava Hiltz, and she ends that really quick little run to Tri-Center. They need some points at Espley. They kind of lost that little momentum and that confidence they had, Trevor. This is a team, too, they're 26-3 on the year.
Yeah, they are both teams with over 20 wins this season, as I mentioned.
I think Meredith Masson hits that in the net, so 2 quick points for the Reds, and they trail 5-3, but they do have the serve.
And here is Missouri Valley's serve, and now they're returned by Tri-Center.
Goot was the serving. She didn't come up far enough to get that hit by the Trojans. So the Trojans, kind of every time the Missouri Valley makes a little bit of run, they find an answer, and they extend their lead now 6-3.
Meredith Massa to serve. Set up in the middle there, and a big swing, but not going to quite get it into the back corner. Ava Hiltz.
Again, she loads up, too. Her and Chloe Larson, they put a lot of power, but a little too long, and Tri-Center will gladly take that. They just keep getting some separation, lead 7-3.
Both of these teams ranked in their respective classes.
2 hits.
And a point to Tri-Center.
They called her on a kind of a throw over. She kind of carried it over the net there, and again, some kind of uncharacteristic mistakes, I think, right now by the Mo Valley Reds team as they find themselves down 8-3.
And that one is going to be a kill for Missouri Valley, a much-needed one, as they're back within 4.
Now, Hanley Arbaugh, not a girl that you're going to expect to get some big hits, but she's got some timely ones, and there's one right there they needed. Carson trailing 8-4, and Arbaugh now on the serve line for the Reds.
In fact, both of these teams are rated 14th, one being Tri-Center in Class 1A, and in Class 2A, it's Missouri Valley. So that one falls on the side of Missouri Valley, and it is a 5-point lead for Tri-Center, and they are just riding this momentum right now.
And they're in the right place. They've done a better job of rotating the spots, being more active at the net, and Mackenzie Brewer gets the kill on that one.
9-4. Returning it, try center, and that is not going to get over. 10-4.
Again, some kind of uncharacteristic mistakes here by the Reds. I don't think they've looked up the scoreboard and seen themselves trailing too many times. 10-4.
And that's an ace serve.
Well, Marissa Ring, again, the veteran, the senior right there, looked over the defense and kind of didn't do a power serve, just kind of lofted over and that knuckleball down and found a hole. It's 11-4 Tri-Center here.
33 aces for her coming in to this one. So she's used to that. And that one gets over the net. Sent back by Missouri Valley, but blocked back. And a point once again to the Trojans.
Well, now you're seeing something you don't normally see. Is a little frustration by the Reds because they're getting some spots, but the Tri-Center girls are timing their blocks beautifully. And they lead 12-4 here.
26-3 team, you know, they're probably not used to struggling as much as they are.
Another point. Mishandled serve on an ace, so
13-4 is the score here from Trainer. We'll take a 30-second timeout, and we'll come right back.
When people ask me what my dad does, I still don't have exactly the right answer. This is Sadie.
Ford.com. It's where you'll find a complete selection of pre-owned cars and trucks. It's also where you can estimate your trade-in value and receive a no-hassle quote. Since 1988, Hawkeye Ford has been offering a high level of customer service and a commitment to making the process of buying your vehicle an enjoyable one. They strive to deliver 100% satisfaction every time you visit their location on Highway 34 east of Red Oak or on their 24/7 location, HawkeyeFord.com.
13-4 advantage. 13-4 advantage for the Tri-Center Trojans over Missouri Valley.
Well, yeah, you're right. You just don't see Missouri Valley looking this discombobulated. Oh, there's a huge point. That's just kind of almost a sigh of relief right there by the Missouri Valley contingent, Carson, as they get a much-needed point, but they still see themselves looking up at an 8-point deficit here, 13-5. They trail.
13-5, as you said. Sent over the net. In the middle, and that is going to be out of play.
That's out just long. It was the right spot,
And
just not enough down angle. Yeah.
Chloe Larson thought she may have hit somebody, but they will not give her the deflection for the kill. So 9-point advantage. Here is the attack attempt. Nice dig. And that is going to be a kill. Once again, it's Emily Sorensen.
Was Sorensen, nice job. Good rotation. Just look at the energy level right now between the two teams. Mo Valley had it all in set one. And since that was about 2018, Tri-Center's been on a roll, and they've got a 15-5 lead in set three. And they're kind of like sharks in the water with a little bit of blood right now. They're looking to kill this off. There's another great serve and an ace by number 11. Tatum Carlson, so everything going the way. And, of course, now Tiffany Yorks used her second timeout. She's had a timeout too, Carson.
Yeah, so there is no way for her to stop this run.
5-21, lead 24-19 here in set three. Marissa Ring on the serve for the Trojans. To the back line, dug out by Hiltz, or Ella Myler, excuse me. Marissa Ring wanted to close out on herself, but she was too long on that hit. But they still lead by 4, 24-20. No room for error now by the Reds. On the serve line is Ava Hiltz. Hits it deep to the back line. Dug out by Carlson. Tipped up. Tipped and down it goes. And I believe that might have been Miranda Ring on the tip of the hit. Just like that, the favorite, Missouri Valley, finds themselves down 2-1. With a 25-20 win in set three. Carson, Tri-Center now up by 2, looking to see if they can close it out.
Yeah, 25-21 was the score in the last set, and 25-20 in this set. It is a 2-1 lead for Tri-Center. We will take a break on KMA FM 99.1 and KMA later. We'll be right back.
There's no better time than game time to catch up with friends, enjoy a cold beverage, and let someone else prepare the delicious food. And there's no better place than Stadium 34 in Red Oak. Kitchen, cocktails, and sports are all offered at the Stadium 34 Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. and weekends from 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. Serving delicious breakfast, lunch, and dinner, plus banquet rooms and catering options are available.
When buying insurance, finding protection closer to home is always a great choice. Legacy Company and has served communities in Southwest. We have independent agents ready to help you with your farm, home, and auto coverage. Go to our website at legacymutualia.com for a complete listing of our agents. For over 150 years, your family's needs and success have been our priority. That's our legacy at Legacy Mutual Insurance.
Form a plan to maximize profitability on your.
Since 1892, Malvern Bank has been building community from 404 Main Street in Malvern, Iowa. For generations, Malvern Bank has been serving local businesses, families, and farms to help them achieve their goals in every step of their lives. From saving for college to planning for retirement and everything in between, Malvern Bank is your full-service community bank. Call, click, or stop in today to apply for an account, loan, or credit card. Malvern Bank.
Me Tri-Center, get my T's right here. A good start for Missouri Valley.
There's a kill right now. You know, what kind of resilience do you have? What kind of bounce? 5. Block of the net, joust, but it doesn't work. So Myler and Hiltz at the line right there, but falls harmlessly on their side, points to Trojans, and they're looking to see if they can get on a run here on the serve line. Presley Arbaugh. Arbaugh's serve is over. Return. Henley Arbaugh tip. Free ball over. Marissa Ring on the hits. Dug out nicely by Hegley. Arbaugh sends it back over for the Reds. Set in the middle. Mackenzie Brewer tips it over. Free ball chance for the Reds to see what they can do. And they know what to do with it when they go to Emma Myler, and she finishes it off. So 2-1 lead. And it felt like Missouri Valley kind of played uphill all of set 3, Carson.
Yeah, they fell behind early.
Yeah, and they need to get out. They got to a big lead in set 1, and they really kind of rode that momentum. And I think that's what Coach Tiffany Ork would like to see. Here's Myler on the serve.
And here is the set in the middle. Now Missouri Valley to return it, and there's a kill just when they wanted it. Ava Hiltz.
Yeah, well, that's a good place to go. It's a good set by Arbaugh right there. A little bit of momentum. They have to win this or their night's over.
That's exactly right. Turn at Tri-Center, they cannot, and it's 4-1 in favor of Missouri Valley, and they're off to a good start. And as we mentioned, they have to be because they face elimination.
You can just feel that momentum just kind of start to shift again to the goal.
On the roster who have faced.
So Cassidy Cunningham with a nice serve. Jacobson with the
by Cunningham. By Cunningham.
Usually, we didn't they 3 and then finishing it off in set 5.
Now Trainer trying to get the point back, but they cannot. As once again, that was Jacobson right. So
she realized she was a little far.
It's over the net. Now long set across the court. And that is up into the rafters. Underwood's able to handle it for the moment.
Trainer looked like Natalie Sim. Again, there's that court vision we talk about, Carson. Just knowing where to go and where the spot is. You don't have to hit it hard all the time.
8-5. Set over there. Now here's the set. Nice attack attempt by Rochels.
Kept alive. Nice hustle in the back row.
Rochels and
by Maddie Lewis.
Set up, and that is blocked back. Back set. Blocked back. Rochels was there.
Yep. Kelly Rochels, you're right. Both teams showing really good athletic ability on that volley right there, Carson. Getting to some balls, keeping it alive, and that's why these two teams are in this semifinal tonight.
Here is another setup, this time going into the net, and here comes Trainer back within a point now.
Yeah, Leah Humphrey mistimed that a little bit. So 3 quick points by the Cardinals, and it was a little bit of a lead for the Eagles, now shrinks to 1.
Amazing how that works, these runs, and now we're tied. A serve.
Well, the veteran team Trainer didn't panic when they were down 8-3, reeled off 5 in a row, Carson, and now we're tied at 8-8.
And that's what happens when you're as good of a team as they are. And they've proven it time and time again when you're 21-6 and 9-0 in conference play, as that goes
a little bit long on the hit.
Out of
right
play.
There. Yep.
Point for Underwood as they regain the lead, 9-8.
Again, we talked about it here. You know, this gym's got a low ceiling. As you mentioned, Trainer, the home team, they kind of a little bit more used to playing some caroms off the ceiling.
Trainer tries to return it. They do, and nobody wanted it on the Underwood side, and we're tied at 9.
Matty Lewis says, I'm just going to kind of get this over, and everywhere on the team wearing gray and blue for Underwood Eagles kind of went away from the ball. Carson and point. Cardinals were tied at 9.
Now Underwood sending it back over the net after this serve. Set, back set, and a kill. And that's number 9, Keely Smith.
A little bit of power,
Natalie Simpson.
Natalie Simpson. Good, that little slide run right there. Go the outside. Block for the Eagles a little bit late getting there. Simpson, as you mentioned, finished it off. Lead Trainer now.
Simpson, the 5'9 senior. And that's going to be an ace serve. And Trainer with a 2-point lead, their largest.
Leah Hall, the Eagles, unable to kind of return it. It kind of caught her off guard. It kind of caught her up high, and she tried to throw it back, and it caromed off the back wall.
And into the net that time on the serve by Emma Stock.
She got a little cute there. Tried to dink that over the net. Just didn't get enough of it. Fell a little short.
That one will land on the side of Trainer, and it's an 11-11 tie. Once again, we've got ourselves another close one so far.
Leslie Morales' foot there with a nice serve.
And there it is.
Another good serve. She's got that kind of topspin knuckleball, if you want to call it, Trevor. Just Carson looked like it was going to go back row, and just see how it just died right in front of her. And
beautiful serve, yeah.
Keely Navra not able to come up and make a play on it.
Set up across the court on the near side, and that's in.
Matty Lewis. Wow. Nobody in that back corner, as you mentioned. Lewis got it over the block. Successfully got it in the court. Stopped that little Underwood Eagle run.
So Trainer ties it. And there is a nice job by Trainer, keeping it alive. Here's his set on the far side, and it's blocked back by the Cardinals.
Just some athletic ability right there, Carson. They kept the ball alive. Look, I think Underwood's kind of celebrating like they had a point, and just kept going. But they were rewarded with some good hustle. Got the point themselves.
And that
power hit by Cassidy Cunningham, but a little bit too long. And Trainer on a little mini run right now, Carson.
So 14-12.
Keely Smith served. No, hit the tape. Did get that little hometown roll or home court advantage. Roll the tape. Went bounce back point side out. Underwood looking to see if they can take the lead. Tie it anyway here, Carson. Trailing by 1, 14-13.
Serve from Underwood, and that goes into the net.
That's exactly what happened. Leah Humphrey, nice serve right there. Trainer unable to kind of get a clean return on it. Net, so we're knotted at 14. We got a football score, don't we? 14 all.
We do.
With good kickers, hopefully.
That's right. Set up, and that's tipped over. And that is out of play.
Good power by Matty Lewis, but just didn't get the right angle she was looking for. And 3 quick points in a row. Underwood now back on top as you get a little closer and closer to that 20 number. If you're playing to 25, seems like the number you want to get to first.
And that one goes out of play.
Good job of the back line of the Cardinals. It's one of those balls, you commit to it, you can play it, but if you're going to take a chance, it's up by your shoulders, you're back by the line, you let it go, and it landed long and was out.
And there is a point for Trainer as that one couldn't quite stay in play.
Yeah, Jacobson had a lot of power behind it, and she went back left corner on her side, and just a little bit too long. Lewis. I'll tell you what, Maddie Lewis, she's been pretty active so far tonight, hasn't she, Carson?
She has indeed. 17-15. And that one just flipped over, but maybe came off the hand a little bit awkwardly that time. Coach, for Delaney Ambrose.
Elizabeth Stein's kind of eyeing for the Underwood, kind of eyeing that scoreboard. That's 18-15. I think one more point, and I think you'll see a timeout now.
And point 19-15 in favor of Trainer, and a timeout on the floor. We will take it with them here on KMA 99.1 FM and KMAland.com and the KMA Sports YouTube channel.
America is choosing to be a...
Josh with Shore Motor Company in Clarinda to remind you that we are your local Chevrolet, Buick, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, and Chrysler dealer. With straightforward pricing, transparent trade appraisals, and no finance manager to deal with, we make your purchase the easiest you've ever experienced. That's our promise to you. And with an express lane for quick oil changes open 6 days a week, our service department is sure to impress you as well. Shore Motor Company in Clarinda, proudly supporting local high school sports.
Trainer as the first set still going 19-15 in favor of the home team. They fell behind early, but they have got on a run, and they're up by 4 right now. Carson Schubert alongside Brian Bertini, and there is a kill for Jacobson and a much-needed kill for Underwood.
Well, she got to the back line, and Delaney Simpson, the libero for the Cardinals, got a return, but it just wasn't clean enough. Couldn't get underneath it, caromed out of bounds, and stops that run. So Underwood still within striking distance, but they got to get a couple points right here, Carson.
They do, as here is Trainer sending it over.
Look at that, Maddie.
What a kill.
Maddie Lewis again. That was a excuse me hit from the back. She'll take it.
Yeah, it just kind of landed in the right spot.
She was just trying to get it over with a little authority, and it just kind of had a knuckle top down spin and land on the back line. And Trainer's got to that magic number 20 here in this first set.
And now Lewis sets up for the serve. Here's a setup for Jacobson, blocked back right in her face.
Well, that's because there's 6'4" Ella Tarks on the other side of that. And Jacobson didn't get it high enough, and Tarks timed it beautifully, dropped it down. 21 now. Trainer 4 points away from taking set number 1, Carson.
They are on their way. And that one is on the line, and the point to Trainer, and that's a huge break.
And I would agree that line judge on this serving side here, I would agree. It just caught part of the line. It kind of knuckled back a little bit, and that's a huge ace. 22-16 now. Trainer closing in, 3 points away.
What a good set from the senior Lewis so far. Here's a set in the middle. Trainer tries to send it back, but it will not be able to get over.
Well, Kelly Rockholtz a little farther away from the net than she was, and hit it right into the net. Stops that little mini Cardinal run. They still lead by 5, though, Carson, 22.
Into the back row, off the basketball hoop. They're able to keep it alive and keep it over the...
You play pinball in Trainer, don't you?
That's right. And that one is saved by Underwood. They send it back, fighting for their lives here in set 1. And that one rattles around a little more pinball, as you mentioned. And that one is going to be kept alive by Trainer.
Good volley by both squads here.
Back set. And a kill for number 12 field, and that is Ambrose.
It's just hard to, both teams are hustling, getting to balls and keeping things alive. You just hate to see somebody not get a point on that, but you have to. Trainer unable to get it. Underwood takes it. He's a little closer.
It's actually a 4-point game according to the scoreboard up there. So Trainer trying to close this out, but Underwood not making it easy as it's blocked back by Jacobson.
Yeah, and they're not, neither one of these four teams tonight, Missouri Valley, Tri-Center, everything was, you had to earn it. Underwood's going to do the same thing. So up two more here, make this 22-21. Inserted by Cunningham.
Sent in the middle for Tarks, and it's handled well on the other side. Block back in front.
Well, you put your big on the side of Underwood's big, and that one timed it perfectly, dropped it in nicely. 23-19 now. Carson 2 points away, Trainer, from taking set one.
And they cannot save it. 1 point away for the win in set number one for Trainer. And this, if this is going to end up going in the favor of Trainer, if you're Underwood, you got to feel a little bit like this is one that you should have had, as this is a back set for Jacobson, and she gets the kill to keep them alive.
You got alive, and you know what? And Underwood's is a team very capable, Carson, of putting together four. We've seen them have some good aces on serves, but they need four in a row. They got to get this tied, otherwise this first set's going to go to Trainer.
And to try and keep the run going, it's Aubrey James, the sophomore, with the serve. And that's going to fall.
Little miscommunication, out of rotation sync with the Cardinals, and that might have been predicated by a pretty good serve there by Leah Hall.
And the serve, and Underwood tries to get it back over, and there's a kill.
I think Coach
Chloe
Kim Barron says, you know what? Hey, this got a little too close for me right now. Let's get a timeout.
Timeout indeed, as they're still 1 point away, but 3 points away, 2 points away are the visiting Underwood Eagles. We'll take a quick break.
OSI is considered a premier global food provider.
Better time than game time to catch up with friends, enjoy a cold beverage, and let someone else prepare the delicious food. And there's no better place than Stadium 34 in Red Oak. Kitchen, cocktails, and sports are all offered at the Stadium 34 Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. and weekends from 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. Serving delicious breakfast, lunch, and dinner, plus banquet rooms and catering options are available. Call 623-1021, or better yet, stop by Stadium 34 at 1200 7th Avenue in Red Oak.
The Cardinals with a 2-point lead, but Underwood is within two here in set number one. Serve into the back row. Back set for Tarks, and that's it! 25-22, set one goes in favor of the home team.
Pretty good place to go to Ella Tarks, don't you think?
Absolutely.
Finish out. Good timeout by Coach Kim Barron right there. Rally the troops, get them settled down. Get it set up high, where you expect the serve to go. Get a good return, put it in play, and Ella Tarks. They didn't work out well for Mo Valley in the first match, though, did it?
No, it did not. So you never know what could happen. 25-22. This is the Western Iowa Conference semifinal matchup. And Underwood right here on KMA FM 99.1. On KMAland.com and the KMA Sports YouTube channel. We'll take another break, and we'll come back for set number two.
Teach our children important life lessons like how to work together as a team and the importance of a great coach. TS Prosperity Group, a division of TS Bank, understands the importance of a successful team, especially when it comes to your finances. Let TS Prosperity Group be the coach of your financial team to help guide you to success with the goal of sleeping better, knowing your prosperity is protected for the next generation. Contact tsprosperitygroup.com to schedule your free 30-minute consultation today. X.com.
And we welcome you back to Trainer as the Cardinals with the first first set victory, 25-22, and it was a really tough fought first set by both teams, Brian.
Yeah, it was. Both teams made some mini runs. Underwood got off to that little bit early lead. I think it was 7-2 at one time, but the veteran and unflappable squad the trainer is didn't panic. Carson did that. They just kind of kept their cool, chipped away, got a tie, took a little bit of a lead. Underwood battled back. It looked like maybe trainer was going to kind of run away at the end of this first set, but Underwood put together a nice run, got it to 24-22. Coach Kim Behrens calls timeout, and then Ella Tarks finishes it off and gets that point 25 and take that set one. So, as we saw in first match tonight, Mo Valley won kind of convincing fashion in a sense, 25-22 over Tri-Center. Tri-Center, how did they respond? Well, they came back in 1 set 2, 1 set 3. Let's see how the Underwood Eagles fight back, as you don't want to go down 2-0 to Trainer, especially in their home gym, do you, Carson?
No, you do not. A team that is good at finishing the job when they have the opportunity.
Again, these two teams, of course, both in Class 2A, so this 2A field, you've got Missouri Valley, you've got Underwood, you've got Trainer. All these squads, 3 of them, 2 of them ranked, and Underwood, of course, 18-10. So, powerhouse Southwest Iowa Conference.
And Underwood trying to get off on the right foot. They did in set 1. But that is going to go out of play, and the point does go to Underwood. So, good start for them.
Underwood just needs to continue to do what they did early in that first set. Make good passes, get the ball to your hitters. That being, Elizabeth Jacobson, Ambrose. Good dig on the back by Humphrey.
Point Underwood, and they lead it 2-0.
Both squads here, Carson, have really good athletes. They're quick, they're agile, they get good court coverage. So it's tough to get some of these balls down. A lot of teams, you can miss-hit balls and it falls on the court. These teams get to things that other teams don't.
And that one goes over the
that kind of
head.
Off of Helene Humphrey. She had a play. She tried to play it up high. Carson, you saw that, and just flicked off and caromed off the wall. Again, that's good in baseball. Not so good in volleyball.
2-1. Leslie Morales foot with the serve, and it out of play.
The laser.
3-1. Underwood, and it kind of seems again like Trainer's coming into this set a little flat.
Well, they just made a couple, mistakes. Missed a shot there, missed a serve. Those, when you're down to rally scoring and every point, every serve matters now, it's momentum can shift in a hurry. Well, that's a good place to go.
Kaylee Rockles.
Good timing. That time Rockles got on top of the ball, got that down angle she was looking for. In the back row, nobody there for Underwood, so 3-2.
And the serve coming here from Navarra, the libero.
Got a note from my wife who's doing the scoreboard in Glenwood. Glenwood won set 1 against Lewis Central. That's a big match. If Glenwood wins tonight, they win the Hawkeye 10 outright. They won 26-24. Just won set 2 down there 25-23. So Rams and former Underwood coach Paula Carmen to see if she can get her first season at the Rams, get a Hawkeye 10 conference championship outright. That's a nice feather in the cap, isn't it?
You bet.
But she left in good hands here, Elizabeth Stein and staff as well, all these players. So this Underwood squad has rebounded nicely this season.
Back set, and that's going to be a block.
Well, they went to Jacobson. I think that's the right girl to go to, but there's that block tandem in the front line for the Cardinals, and tipped it in, and ball lands on the side. So point, now we're knotted at 4.
Now back-to-back points by Trainer. Set up, and that's going to be a kill, and nicely placed again by Kaylee Rockles.
Again, doesn't have to be the power hit, just timing and placement matter. And 5-4 now. Coach Kim Behrens applauds that one nicely for the Trainer Cardinals.
That one goes into the net, and Trainer 4 straight points.
Chloe Clausen had the right idea. Tried to do the side over the side and just got that top hand spin. And just like that, the Underwood leads evaporated. And Trainer now looking to see if they can win set 2. But the adrenaline serve again, which ends it where?
Yeah, out of play, 6-5.
Sometimes it just really is an adrenaline. You know, you just get so excited and you make a good play and a little extra burst of energy and you put a little force on that ball and it just goes.
Here is the serve. And a block back by Underwood.
Hey, Lewis, they tried to go set in the back row for her, and she just got top spin hitting the net. Just
Chloe,
like that, 2 quick points. We're knotted at 6.
Chloe Clausen was in there for Underwood, and now Trainer tries to return it, and they do with a lot of heat behind that one from Rockholtz.
Yeah, Kaylee Rockholtz, the senior. She mentioned a little authority on that and caromed up, and some fans sitting up in the back row over there got a little chance to have to be aware. You can't be safe in a volleyball gym. You got to be always awake, don't you?
That's right. Set up on the far side. And Humphrey just got it over. Dug out, nice dig there by Hall. And a point to Underwood, and we're tied at 7.
Job by Leah Humphrey right there. Recognized the block, so just kind of tipped it over the top of the block, and they couldn't recover. And falls harmlessly to the floor, and a point for Underwood Eagles. And we got a football score. We're tied at 7.
Set up. And that's Madeline Lewis, the senior. Block back at Underwood. Now Humphrey just gets it over the net that time. Sent back to nowhere land right there.
Well, right place, right time. Nobody in that
Emma
spot.
Flathers, the senior. So Flathers gets him back up by a point. Here is Underwood on the other side trying to tie things up. And they do as it's blocked back.
A good block tandem by Taylor Kruger. And I believe that was Delaney Ambrose. The two lefties. Two lefties on the side of the Eagles that went tandem side by side and got the block tied at 8. We're just kind of trading punches right now, aren't we?
We sure are. A lot like the first game we had here tonight. Again, 3-2 victory, favor of Tri-Center. As that is a point once again.
Just a little bit miscommunication. Didn't get the ball high enough on the set. She couldn't get the arm swing right, hitting the net. And 3 quick points, Underwood.
Point once again for Underwood. They lead by 1, now lead by 2. A serve.
And that time that ball kind of rode up on Emma Stock a little bit too high, and she just couldn't get a good return. And call that an ace, I think, there for Leslie Morales-Foote.
Absolutely, as it is a 2-point lead for Underwood. They are staying right with this Trainer Cardinal team. Out of play, 11-8.
Yeah, they're doing the right things. That's the spot you don't want. Coach Kim Behrens wants it to go. It just kind of sailed a little bit long. One thing about a serve, if you don't handle it a few times, it's coming right back at you.
And the winner will face Tri-Center on Thursday in the championship. Here's a setup from the lefty, and it's a kill for the lefty.
Taylor Kruger.
Kruger.
Again, you get lefties, they have that little different spin, and like that, 4 quick points. Coach Kim Behrens says, we're going to need a timeout, Cardinals.
And a timeout for the Cardinals, and we will take it with them here on 99.1 FM KMA and KMAland.com and at KMA Sports YouTube.
The ARC Group, we take a disciplined approach to marketing. We understand that education and experience must be at the forefront of your decision-making process, and we also understand that all farms manage risk differently. This is Tim McGann with the ARC Group. I would like to meet with you, learn about your operation, understand your short and long-term goals, and then together we form a plan to maximize profitability on your farm. Call me at 712-370-3497 or visit us at agrisconsulting.net.
33.
And welcome back to Trainer. 12-8 lead for the visiting Underwood Eagles. They had a lead over in set number 1 and then ended up falling by 3, 25-22 in that first set. trying to keep the lead here in set number 2. That was blocked back, but Trainer's ready for it. Here's Lewis sending it back over. And that is blocked back, kept alive momentarily, and they're able to get it back over.
Yeah, Eagles were scrambling nicely on that. Good floor coverage.
And that one lands.
But usually what happens, you get so out of system, out of rotation, you can't cover the floor in the right spots. And Trainer didn't panic on that, found that open spot, stopped that rally, Carson.
12-9.
Flathers on the serve.
That one is over, and that goes out of play.
Underwood does their job and kind of gives Trainer a point, but they get the serve back and get a point, 13-9, and things looking good here for set 2 for the Underwood Eagles.
There it is. Into the rafters, and that will be a point for Trainer, 13-10.
Delaney Ambrose just couldn't get enough topspin, back, whatever you want to call it, to get it going back to the net, side out.
And that one will be a point once again for
Cassidy Cunningham.
Underwood.
Yeah, a little power right there, and Delaney Simpson, the libero, unable to kind of get a clean return, goes off her hand, out of bounds, point to Eagles, and 14-10. They just inch a little closer, Carson, to that 25.
Sophia Fiedler she'll rotate in to serve. That one will be trying to send it back. They do. Underwood sends it back, and then a block.
Well, Jacobson was trying to get over there, but 6'4" Ella Tarks, and I think her compatriot there, I think that was Natalie Simpson, were able to kind of just tap it back, and Trainer down 3, 14-11.
Trainer without a conference loss so far this season, but Underwood's playing them tough here tonight, as that is a kill.
You get the ball to your hitters, the right spot, hit it to the back row, nobody there for Underwood.
Rokols with the kill that time.
14-12. Good deep serve.
Humphrey attacks. Set for Tarks into the net. 3-point advantage again, once again to Underwood.
I think the image of 6'2", 6'3" Elizabeth Jacobson coming at her at the net kind of took her off her sight line right there, and Tarks hit in the net.
Tipped over.
Nicely placed by number 16.
A point for Trainer, much needed.
Kaylee Rocco, it's again. The seniors had some big points we saw, even in set 1 and then here in set 2.
She has. Serve. And that was from Navarro. Sent back by Trainer. Set up. And the kill for Jacobson.
Elizabeth Jacobson, a good set to her that time. That time with Tarks now out on the rotation, so the 6'4" girl for Trainer not in the front line, the block. Jacobson had the advantage. Now she goes on the rotation and brings in, it's like Leah Hall on the serve.
Set up, and that one brought back over to Underwood, and now
double hit, I think.
Double hit.
So you just feel like even though Underwood's got a 16-14 lead here, Carson, they can't put that 4 or 5 point run. They really get that separation they need. They're still kind of leaving the door open here for the Cardinals as they hang within 2.
And that
was just a good serve right there by Emma Stock. She hit that serve really unreturnable. A little miscommunication by the Eagles right there. They do get it over, though, Carson.
Here is a kill.
Finished off by number 9.
16 all.
Natalie Simpson did a nice, I'll take that nicely and finish it off. 16 all. And Trainer, again, they just don't panic, do they, Carson?
They do not. When you're as good as they have been all season, if you panic now, it's not good, as that is going to be a point
good
for Underwood.
By Leah Hall. She really wanted to play that, and she just last minute backed away, and rightfully so, went about 2 feet long.
Here's the serve by Ambrose. And it lands on the Underwood side after the return by Trainer. And we're tied.
Yeah, a little miscommunication. The setter kind of ran away from the ball. Nobody went to pick it up. And they were setting up for a play, didn't get it. And Coach Stein not happy about that. 17-all now, and Trainer with tie in the serve.
Long set. Tipped on the way over.
And number 14.
Point for Trainer.
Carolyn Horton. Again, kind of used her side hand, just kind of flicked it over. And just like that, there's that, you just let a good team hang around, and they're going to find a way to make some runs. And Trainer's on one right now, leading 18-17.
And that sent over. And a point for Trainer.
Wow, good court awareness right there. We're going to get a timeout by Coach Stein, the Underwood Eagles.
We'll take it with them. We'll come back to Trainer.
Believing. That's what you'll hear from customers that choose Barrett Auto Center of Glenwood time and time again. Barrett customers come in for vehicles and service work, but they come back for conversation and honest advice. They want one of the largest pre-owned and fully serviced inventories in KMA land, and they return when they've gone elsewhere and it just isn't the same. See and believe for yourself how little differences add up to a better car buying experience. Come back to Barrett's and Barrett'sAutoCenter.com.